Today on CWN, tennis had a match yesterday.
And we have our first episode of Cat's Den this year. I'm Michaela.
And I'm Aaron, and today is Thursday, September 8, 2022.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and the pledge to the Texas flag.
The Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The Texas Pledge. Under the Texas flag, I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible.
Attention students, today is the last day to turn in CareCats applications to the counseling office. If anyone is interested, please turn them in today.
The Top Cats are selling cancer awareness t-shirts. Emma spoke to Sakura for the rundown. Let's see what they have to say.
Hey Cats, I'm here with Sakura Hogan. So Sakura, I heard the Top Cats were selling some breast cancer awareness shirts. Can you please tell me more about that?
Yeah, so we do sell breast cancer awareness shirts. It's a fundraiser we try and do every year. So the short sleeve dry fit shirts are $18 and the long sleeve dry fit shirts are $20. And so if you do get a flyer or order one, you can turn it into any Top Cat or the CHS front office. You can even order them online at our Facebook at Calallen Top Cats.
Perfect, thank you. Back to the studio.
Mrs. Johns' pre-AP chemistry class had a lab yesterday which involved paper airplanes. Emily interviewed Mrs. Johns to gain more insight on the lab and what all they did. Let's take a look.
Good morning, Calallen. Today I'm here with Miss Johns, one of our chemistry teachers. So, Miss Johns, what's the lab y'all are doing right now?
Well, currently in our chemistry classes, we're studying matter. And, if you know anything, if you had chemistry with us before, you know that matter is everything. And so we're learning about physical and chemical changes. So what they're doing basically is they're going to make paper airplanes. And we're going to discuss how the paper changes and what kind of change that would be. And then we're going to burn paper. And we're going to look at what happens to paper when it burns. And they're going to make a decision. Have we changed the composition of the paper? What kind of change is that? So hopefully we'll know it'll be something where they can actually physically, tangibly see one change of each. And that's what we're going for today.
Emma, what did you learn from this chemistry lab?
I learned that the properties of paper change whenever you burn it. It goes from a solid to a powdery, ashy thing.
Did you find this lab fun?
I did personally because I'm a very hands-on person and we got to see the paper physically burn, so that was pretty cool.
All right, that's all from us. Now back to the studio.
The Calallen BPA Business Professionals of America will have its first general meeting this afternoon in room 603 at 4:15 p.m. All members and those interested in BPA are asked to attend.
Our Calallen cheerleaders have been at steady work preparing for competitions and practicing their choreography. Let's check it out.
Hi, my name is Sydney. I'm here with Haley Johnson, one of our varsity cheerleaders. Haley, I heard you guys had some UIL practices this last weekend. Can you tell me more about that?
So yes, we did have our choreography, which was a Saturday and Sunday kind of practice. We got to learn our entire routine, and from now on we're just going to work on perfecting it and getting it as good as we can for competition.
When is y'all's first competition?
Our first competition is in November, and that is our regional competition, and then our second one is our state competition in January.
What are you most excited about UIL competitions this year?
So I'm excited for the energy being super alive and super fun, because when we're at competitions, the energy just is a lot more vibrant in a way, and I'm really excited for traveling.
Well, good luck to the cheerleaders. Thank you, Haley, and back to the studio.
Sakura caught up with Mrs. Lyons over our upcoming class officer elections. Let's see what information they have in store for us today.
Hey Cats, I'm here with Miss Lyons. So Miss Lyons, can you tell me about the class officer elections?
Yes, we are getting ready to start class officer elections. So starting today, if you're interested in running for a class officer, you can come by the library and pick up an application. Applications are due next Wednesday. Then you will record your little campaign speech to be shown on Calallen TV, and then we will have student voting and teacher recommendations. So if you have any questions, you're interested in the process, come by and see me. I can guide you through it. Otherwise, come by and pick up an application.
Thank you. Now back to the studio.
Students interested in joining the Spanish Club may pick up an application from any Spanish teacher.
Now here's Luke with a rundown on sports right after this short break.
Thank you, anchors, and good morning, Wildcats. We have our first Cats Den of the year. Our new crew, Aaron, Elias, and Jace, have this week's episode for you. Let's check it out.
Okay, so we're back with another year of Cats, and I got Jace and Elias with me. Our first game is King of Corpus Christi versus TM. Who you got, Jace?
I believe that TM is going to win. I know they had a bit of a rough start in the first game, but I do think that they're going to bring the heat, and I think they'll come up with the W.
Jace said it all. I'm going to agree with him.
Next game, we got Victoria West versus Alice.
Victoria West has had a slow start this year. Alice, last game, they got blown out, but I think Alice is going to take the W.
Okay.
I'm going to disagree. I think Victoria West is going to come out with a W on that one. I know Alice didn't have a good couple of first games, but you know, I do think that Victoria West is going to put a stop to that Alice offense.
And then we got Ray versus Kingsville.
They both, well, Ray is actually off to a good start this year, 2-0, so I think I'm going to have to go with Ray.
Okay, Jace?
I do think that momentum is also going to carry over for Ray. I know that Kingsville has not had a good first start, but I think that Ray will bring the heat.
Yep, and our favorite game of the week, Calallen versus Flower Bluff.
That one's easy. Calallen all the way.
Okay.
Yeah, Sergio's not going to like this, but Calallen.
Well, Sergio, I hope you're watching, and that's our episode of Cats Den. Let's take it back to the studio.
Today is the first home game for the freshman and JV football teams. We caught up with Camplain for more. Let's see what he has to say.
I'm with Coach Camplain. Coach Camplain, there's a game tonight going on. Are you ready for that?
Yes, we prepared. We didn't have a game last week, so we had a little extra time to get prepared for Flower Bluff. We've had a couple of injuries. We have a young man that is out with a concussion. Then we had a young man injure his arm yesterday at practice, so he's out. And so we have a few injuries along the line. But we have some young men that are willing to step up and fill in those positions, so we should do fine there. We have some good skill kids that work hard. Actually, everyone works hard, so that's helpful for the season. And I think we should come away with a win tonight. Hopefully, we've worked hard, as I said, for the last couple of weeks for this game. We didn't win our first game, so we're hoping to get our first win tonight and then move on through the season.
All right, and what do you guys think y'all will do for the season?
I'm thinking we'll do well. We the young men that we have playing for us have worked hard. They've come in and practice every day. They're prepared. They put in work, and then we put them in the positions they need to be in, and hopefully they'll do their job and be able to count on their teammates to do what they're supposed to do, and we'll all fill our positions and come away with a win, and wins for the rest of the season as well.
Well, that's great. We wish you luck, Coach Camplain. Now back to the studio.
The Calallen Football Booster Club sent the GP quarterback Brandon Redden, who was injured in the Calallen GP game, a get well basket. Here's what he had to say.
Brandon Redden returned to campus after his injury in the first football game.
In the gift basket, it was a bunch of just candy, chips, stuff like that, just stuff to try to make me feel better. And it kind of just meant something to me because they personally sent it to me and to my address and to my family. And they had a note card in there just saying that what had happened was terrible and that they wouldn't have wished it upon anybody else and that they just feel for me and all that kind of stuff. And that really means something to me, just considering that they're our biggest rivals. And it just meant a lot.
Tennis played West Oso here and won the match. There were a lot of good performances yesterday. Good job, Cats.
I'm here with Morgan Garcia. Morgan Garcia, how did you do yesterday in your tennis tournament?
I did really good yesterday. I won 6-1, 6-0.
How many kills did you have in that last tournament?
2.
That's good. That's good. When is your next tournament?
It's this Saturday at 9 o'clock against Kingsville home.
Thank you. Back to the studio.
And that's the latest on Calallen Sports. Now back to the anchor.
And now here's Jace with today's weather forecast after a short break.
Good morning, Calallen High School Wildcats. Everybody should have one of these right here. Come close, come close. One of these. All right, and don't be like this guy over here. Don't be like this guy. This is an old one. Don't have one of these old ones. Nothing. They don't have anything. Don't be like this person.
Make sure you got your parking forms filled out. They're only $15. And then make sure you got your drug test filled out. Back to the studio.
Good morning, Wildcats. I'm Jason. Let's take a look at today's weather forecast. But first, we want to thank our sponsor, Sonic America's Drive-In. Right now, it's 84 degrees Fahrenheit with a 1% chance of rain and winds going southeast at 4 miles per hour. Going into the rest of today, it's 97 degrees Fahrenheit with a 12% chance of rain with winds going 4 miles per hour at north-northeast. At 4 o'clock, it is 90 degrees Fahrenheit with a 12% chance of rain. Winds going 4 miles per hour at east-northeast. And at 8 o'clock, it is 82 degrees Fahrenheit with a 9% chance of rain and winds going east-southeast at 6 miles per hour. Going into the weekend, we have Friday with 91 degrees Fahrenheit with a 24% chance of rain and winds going 10 miles per hour southeast direction. For Saturday, we're looking at 91 degrees Fahrenheit with a 12% chance of rain and winds going east at 10 miles per hour. And Sunday, finally, we have 91 degrees Fahrenheit with a 14% chance of rain and winds going northeast at 8 miles per hour. That's all from the weather. Now back to the anchors.
Thank you, Jace.
A little bit of a tongue twister today.
Very impressive.
And also to thank sponsors, we want to thank Oh Goody Designs and Events and Southern Charm for sponsoring us this year. Thank you so much, and we hope to get more. And that's all your announcements for today, but now it's time for your joke of the day. So, Michaela, where do armies go?
I don't know, Aaron. Where?
In your sleeveys.
For all you social people out there, make sure you're following us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Calallen TV for all the latest updates. Also, subscribe to us here on YouTube to catch all of our latest videos. Plus, don't forget, you can also watch our Saturday show on the CW at 5 p.m. and KDF at 11 a.m.
And as always,
Stay classy, Calallen.